Hey guys, Camille Lambert, field agronomist with Beck's Hybrids. I'm standing in front of a field of 3789 Extend beans that were planted the very last week of July. And this morning I've gotten several questions on frost injury, so I thought I would find the latest planted field I could come across and show you guys what to look for when you think you have some freeze injury. So the first thing you need to do is calm down. You have to wait 2, 3, maybe even 4 days before you can really get out and assess how much damage that you have. If we have a light frost, that was limited in duration, it's going to be limited to kind of just the upper canopy, and all those pods and seeds will still be able to develop. So you can go ahead and get out there today, and you can growth stage and see where you're at and how much yield loss you could potentially have. However, just calm down and wait a couple days before you get out there and really assess. So you can see behind me, we've got some green beans out here and we've got some yellow. So I went ahead and pulled both colors so that I can show you guys how to growth stage late season. The first part of it is you want to look in the top 4 nodes. So once we flower and get past that R2 growth stage, you always just want to be looking in the top 4 nodes. So you just want to pick one of these pods off anywhere in the top 4 nodes and look to see if the membranes have separated. So once the seeds are touching in the pod, we've hit R6, which is the green bean, edamame stage, whatever you want to call it. And we're waiting to get to that membrane separation. And you can see a little bit here, the membranes are starting to separate, but they are still attached. And so it's kind of like black layer on corn, so you can see they're all stuck in there still. Until the membrane separates, you're still putting weight in the pods. So when we are just at R6, which is what these are at, under a very severe frost, which I don't think we had a severe frost. We did have a frost, however, it may be limited to that upper canopy, but in a severe situation, you could still be talking about 20 to 30% yield loss under those really severe situations. So we are at R6 here. The next plant I pulled, this one's starting to turn yellow, so the top 4 nodes, I want to pull a pod off, and you can kind of tell once it starts to turn that like light green starting to look yellow. We're getting really, really close to that membrane separation. So you want to open it up easily, and these are definitely separated. So they just kind of fall right out. And you know that the membranes have separated once you get to that part, and all the weight that is going to go in those pods are in, and our yield loss goes down to 10% under severe situations. So once we hit R7, that's when there's no green left out here in the pods. We're at 0 to 5% yield loss. So first of all, you want to get out there, growth stage. Second, wait several days to see what kind of damage you've got. So there can be a lot of variability when we talk about freeze. So the temperature in this area where I'm at last night or early this morning, it got down to 35. However, that is the official temperature. It's taken at about 6 feet tall. We know that in our fields, we can get a lot lower temperatures. However, when we have a thick population, which, you know, the later planted beans, we typically plant a little thicker, we're going to hold some of that heat in the canopy. So there's going to be some variability. There's the microclimate out here, the landscape, you know, hills versus low areas. So it's going to take a couple days to be able to tell. But damaged leaves, they're going to start to wilt. And typically once they die, they are going to stay attached. So you'll see the leaflet still hanging on there. If your stems get damaged, and it's got to be severe to start to damage the pod and the stems, they're going to turn a really dark green brown color, and the beans are going to start to shrivel. So typically the beans in the lower canopy are more developed than the top, so you'll see most of the damage occur at the top. And then if we were at R7, which is a fully mature bean, a brown pod in the top 4 nodes, then those beans are going to dry down normally. However, if we were before then, you're going to start to see a little bit of a shriveling in the beans because they didn't get to reach their full potential. So wait a couple days, get out there, see what growth stage you're at, and then if we need to make combine adjustments, we can do that accordingly. But hopefully you don't have much damage because these beans are planted super late and they are detaching from the membrane now. So this is Camille Lambert. Thank you for tuning in.